Well, George, looks like we got an azeotrope here. Guess we gotta pull out the fancy equipment now to separate it. Azeotrope. A-Z-E-O-T-R-O-P-E. Azeotrope. Before we get into the engineering meaning of azeotrope, can I just say that I love weird words that have Z's in them, like azeotrope? They're fun to say, fun to read, fun to see. And so where does a weird word like this even come from? Well, it's got Greek and English roots, etymologically speaking. The Greek parts are the azeotrope part. So let's break it down. The A is more English, and just like you would say atypical means not typical. A is like not. The zeo part is referring to boiling in Greek, and then the trope part refers to change or turning. And so altogether, azeotrope might be no boiling change. No boiling change. So what does that mean? Well, an azeotrope is a mixture of liquids, two or more liquids, that when you boil them, the boiling point doesn't change. Now, why is that special? Well, normally, in a lot of cases, when you mix two liquids together and you boil that mixture, one liquid is going to boil out faster than the other because the liquids aren't the same. The liquids might have different intermolecular attractions and whatnot, and so one of the liquids will boil out faster, the vapor comes out, and it changes the composition of the mixture as you boil it. That's the whole science or reasoning behind distillation. If you want to separate liquids using distillation, you boil the liquids and you hope that one of them boils out before the other, and you collect the liquid that comes out, or the gas that comes out above it. But for an azeotrope, that poses special problems because you can boil that liquid all you want and the two liquids are going to come out at the same rates. And engineers love to give special names to special problems, like an azeotrope. It kind of reminds me of the word eutectic, which I did a podcast episode about before. But then how do you separate an azeotrope? You use lots of fancy equipment. You can use other chemicals to try to change how the mixture will behave and how it boils, or you could use other filters and things to try and pick out the right molecules that you want. And chemists and chemical engineers will know all about it. So the pharmaceutical industry and the organic and fuel industries might be concerned with how to deal with azeotropes. That is our engineering word of the day, or chemical engineering word of the day, azeotrope. Hey, this is Pius Wong, your host of this show and resident bio/mechanical engineer and wannabe computer/software engineer. I also host the K-12 Engineering Education Podcast, so if you're into engineering education, please go on over to www.k12engineering.net and check that other show out. Thanks.